Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. I am so excited today to bring you some holiday Christmas inspired thrift flips. And I'm teaming up today with Elizabeth from Southern Gmore Girls. I'm so excited about this. I went to the Goodwill and tried to look through items and think, okay, how can I make this into a Christmas item? And it was a little challenging because I didn't want to just pick Christmas items and, then repaint them or whatever. So I think I picked a couple things that if you look at them, you might not necessarily think Christmas. And hopefully I'm inspiring you and Elizabeth is inspiring you to go out, look through those thrift stores and look at something and see it in a totally different way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to Elizabeth for teaming up with me today. I'm so excited. I hope y'all enjoy this. If you do, don't forget to do all the YouTube-y things. Like my video, comment on my video, share with your family and friends. That just helps YouTube to notice me a little bit more and push my videos. Sorry, y'all. I cut myself off a little quick there. But anyway, again, thanks to Elizabeth. We're going to talk about that in just a little while. But for now, let's get right into it. DIY number 1. So I found this book. It's a fake book, but I absolutely loved it and had such a great idea, or in my mind, a great idea, to turn this into something Christmassy. So we're going to try that now. So the first thing we're going to do is cut off like the tag, and it still had the original tag on there. I thought it was like a home interior book, but I'm really not sure. I remember seeing these though when I was younger, and I think my mom maybe had one, not a brother one, but a different one. So anyway, I'm just cutting off the tag, and we're going to take off that rope right there that's kind of like a bookmark, and of course the price tag. And then we're just going to clean it up with my Lysol wipes here. We're just going to go all through it, even down in those little grooves, as much as we can get into those fake pages. And then after we get that finished, we're going to take some white Waverly chalk paint and do the whole front side of the book, the pages and all. I do 2 good coats on this, and I get down in between those pages as much as I can. I'm not worried about a perfect coat because, this is kind of supposed to look like an older book anyway. So if some of that darkness shows through, it does not bother me at all. It probably would have been a lot easier to spray paint, but y'all know I cannot spray paint in the hotel. We're at a different hotel now, so I do not have even an outside access to do that. After we get that finished, we're going to turn it over, and we are going to paint both sides of the book, not the spine there yet. But this is Crimson Chalk Paint by Waverly, and 2 good coats again on this. I want a good coat. I don't care if some of it shows through, but I do want it to be a good even coat. So that's why I end up doing 2 good coats on this. Next, we're going to take some black acrylic paint, and we're just going to paint that spine there. And after that, I am going to use my Hippo water decal slide paper, which I absolutely love. I printed a few things out on it. I used my clear spray to seal all that ink in really well, and I did that 3 times for 10 minutes each. Now we're just going to cut out our decals. This first one I just cut all the way up to the side, but now this second one is words, and this is going on our book. So I kind of did this in a wavy form as I cut it, and that's just because I kind of wanted it to look like a book page. So we get both of those cut out. I absolutely adore this project, and I know my granddaughter's going to be packing it around everywhere when I get it home. So after that, we're going to take our water, dip our decal in for 30 to 60 seconds, check it just to make sure it's starting to slide off the paper. Next, we're just going to stick it down. On this side, I did 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, just a little bit of that story printed out. After I get it stuck where I want it, then I'm going to start sliding out the paper backing. And this is a really easy process, and if you mess up, you can see me there just kind of pulling it a little tighter. After you get that backing off, now you are just going to rub it down and take a dry paper towel and start rubbing from the middle out, and that's just going to get all of your excess water out. I did that in slower motion just so you guys could see. Now we're going to speed it up a little bit and do the same exact thing for the other side of the book. And I just found these images on Google, and they were free images. And so if you search "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" or "Santa Claus with Sleigh," these are some things that you will find. So then I just do the same thing. Put it on the other side, slide our paper out, and use our paper towel. Now I did another one that said "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and I'm going to put this on the cover of the book so that either way that you look at the book, like in case it's in front of a mirror or something like that, you can still see a little bit of decoration on the book. Again, 30 to 60 seconds in the water, take it out, stick it down, and use your paper towel to get all that excess water out. Now I'm going to make a little ribbon bookmark for our book. I just took some scrap ribbon that I had from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put it all together to make one piece. I love how this turned out. I think it is so adorable. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. I still thought it needed just a little bit more, so I decided to make a little tassel for our bookmark. Just wrap the twine around my fingers, cut it off, tie it at the top, go down just a little bit and tie it there in the middle of all of those pieces. Then you're just going to take your scissors and cut all those pieces open at the bottom and then trim it up. And there's your little tassel. I'm not great at these things, but I really liked the look of the tassel on this bookmark, so that's why I wanted to try it. Then I'm just basically going to stick that ribbon through the loop at the top and glue it all down. And y'all, that is it. So simple, and this cost me about $5, but I think it's absolutely adorable. So again, today I'm teaming up with Elizabeth from Southern Gmore Gals. Y'all, she is so talented, and she can look at things from a thrift store and see things that I would never dream of. I absolutely love watching her videos. I love everything that she does. She is just the sweetest thing in the world. Y'all, don't forget to go check Elizabeth out. Make sure you tell her that Missy sent you. And I promise you are not going to be disappointed with this lady. She is amazing. And it was such fun to work with her. And she's so easy to work with. I'm so thankful for her. So thank you, Elizabeth. Okay, y'all, let's get right into DIY number 2. So I found this little chair. It was very rickety. It was broken. But I just knew I could do something with it. It was originally priced at $2.98, but I got it that day for $1.98. Now, this is one of those items I just basically paint up and change a few things on. And I'm totally going to use this for decor. This will not be sat on. This will not, so I do want to say that. I go ahead and clean it up. And then in the middle of this project, I almost stopped on it because I was like, this is just not working. I could not get those sides to glue in right. But I do get it to the way that I want it. The first thing I do is just take some crimson chalk paint from Waverly. We do 2 good coats on all of the chair except the 2 rungs at the top of the chair. We do that on the back, but then I paint over that because I'm going to make those 2 rungs a different color. So 2 good coats again all over the chair. This would be one of those projects that would be great if you could spray paint also. It would make it so much easier. I'm not going to make y'all sit and watch me paint this entire chair. This is a long enough video without doing that. But you can see here, I just kind of fast forward and took you to another part where I'm just painting just different parts of the chair. So this entire chair, except for those 2 rungs on the front, get painted this crimson color. Next, we're going to take some white Waverly chalk paint, do 2 good coats on this rung here. Or on these rungs, I'm sorry. Y'all have no clue why I have my hood up on my hoodie. Maybe it was to keep y'all from seeing my messy gray hair. I'm not really sure. Okay, so after we get that finished, we're going to do just a little bit of, I wouldn't even call this upholstering because I do not know how to upholster. Oh, first I'm trying to fix it a little bit. And I do get it to the place where I can at least put something light on it and it's not going to break down. Now, we're getting to the part where I'm going to try and kind of upholster, but I wouldn't even call it that. I'm just taking a piece of scrap fabric that I got from Walmart that has the little red trucks on it. And I'm just cutting it to the size I think it'll be, cutting around the arms and the legs and all of that. And we are just basically going to take a staple gun and staple it to the rungs on the bottom. Again, please don't come at me because I'm not doing this right. This is just a home decor piece, something that's just going to be put up somewhere, and something small and light sat on it. So I'm not an upholsterer, y'all. I'm just not. But I really like how this turned out. Again, at this point, I was like, nope, I'm done. But I kept going. So if you have a project that just doesn't look like it's going to turn out the way you want it to, keep going. Try to see the finished project, because after I get this finished, I'm absolutely in love with it. And I'm so glad that I did not stop at this point where I thought, nope, this is just not going to be what I want it to be. So after we get all of that stapled and glued on there, I make a little decal that says Merry Christmas. We're going to put those on the 2 rungs of our chair. Now this next part is going to be, I'm going to have to explain more than show, just because this is a taller chair and my angle was just not very good here. So I'm taking some of the little red truck Christmas lights that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I am gluing them onto this chair. But I'm gluing them, I'll show you, you will get a better look here in just a second. I'm like gluing them on the rungs like they are actually standing up or going. Let me get to that point so you'll see what I mean. So I do the side here. Now you can see right here, I just put 2 little bits of hot glue and go ahead and stand that truck up. I do that all over this top of this chair. Now we're just going to make a simple little bow that I learned from my friend Amanda over at 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. We're just going to wrap our ribbon around our hand, cinch it together in the middle, tie it off with a piece of twine, and cut off the remaining twine. Now, I did want some tails for this, so I cut another piece and just cinched it in the middle and then glued it right on the back. You'll see here in just a second what I'm talking about. I'm not the best bow person, y'all. I try. But that's one thing that really evades me. So here we are just making the tails for our bow. Glue those on the back. Glue the bow on the chair. And here it is. Again, take that project through to the end, because in the end, I guarantee you'll love it. Our final DIY. This one was made for my son and my daughter-in-law for Christmas. They just got a new apartment, and I really think they're going, actually, I know they're going to love it because I already sent her a picture. But I just got this little shelf here from the Goodwill. I think I paid like $4.98 for it. And first thing we're going to do, yep, $4.98, is of course we are going to clean this up. Don't let that heart in the middle scare you, because I know a lot of things at the Goodwill have these hearts. From old, days gone by where that was the thing. Don't let that scare you, because we're going to cover it up. But we're going to take some white Waverly chalk paint, and we're going to give this shelf 3 really good thick coats. Now, those little pegs do come out. I did not realize that until here in a few minutes. So I go ahead and paint them white, and then, but again, 3 good coats all over this shelf. Now I realize that the pegs came out. We take those out and we go ahead and paint those crimson Waverly chalk paint. I did 1 good coat on these because it already had the white underneath. Now I'm taking one of these long believe signs from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take off all the hardware, and we are going to paint that also in the crimson color. I do 2 good coats on this. And now we take a little ornament from the Dollar Tree that came in a pack, at one of the wood ornaments, paint it crimson also, the bottom part of the ornament. That little tag part up there, we go ahead and paint white. Then I take a decal that I made that says the Netheries, and we are going to put that right on our little ornament there. Next, we take another decal that I made that says the stockings were hung, and we're putting it on the sign that we painted in the crimson color. I made this huge, well, it's not huge, but it's a big decal with my Cricut Joy. At first, I thought I'd never be able to make the bigger decals, but y'all, I can, and I'm so in love with this, and it's so much easier to travel with the little Cricut Joy than the other. So now we're going to take some Dollar Tree ribbon and we are just going to go all along this sign, top, bottom, and sides. I just liked how this looked. I thought it gave it a really cute look. And there we are, finished with that. Now we're going to get our shelf back and we're going to glue our ornament right there over that heart. See, you can cover these hearts, y'all. Don't let them scare you. Next, we're going to take our hot glue and our Gorilla Glue gel, put it on the back there, and we are going to put our sign on the shelf. Then I go ahead and take some 1 gallon paint sticks, glue those to the bottom of the sign, or the back of the sign, and the back of the shelf, just for more stability, and so that shelf will stand up, that sign will stand up straight. Make a little bow, tie it on the top of our little ornament there, and that is it. This is made for my son and daughter-in-law so that they can hang their stockings on it. I think it is so, so cute. Let me know what y'all think. So here's our final reveal. I hope y'all got some inspiration today. You know, sometimes you see something and it can be something totally different than what it looks like as you're looking at it. So make sure you take that chance, buy it, and remake it. Thanks again to Elizabeth for this wonderful collab. Thanks for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?